Hi, I'm Dana Obleman. This video is for my free sleep course for babies 13 to 24 months right here on YouTube. If you feel like you could use some more guidance, then check out Sleep Sense Plus. The link is in the description below.
All right, we're getting ready for night one tonight. We are not going to worry at all today about naps. I just want you to make sure that your child is as rested as you can possibly get him before we move into tonight. So make this your final farewell to all those sleep props that you have to get rid of. And just make sure he's getting some sort of sleep today. So let's start tonight with our bedtime routine. We want it to be about 30 minutes. So if we're shooting for a 7 o'clock bedtime, then you're going to start routine about 6:30. Now, I don't want to minimize the importance of a bedtime routine. It is more important than many people think. Our routine before bed acts as a cueing system to our body and brain that it's time to transition from day into night. If you think about yourself, you've got that bedtime routine. You brush your teeth, you wash your face, you get your pajamas on, maybe you read a book before you fall asleep. All of these things, that's your routine. You do them every night, right? Even when you travel, we all do these little routines, and it helps us prepare for the night that's coming. We want it to be predictable to our child. We want them to know which step is coming next. We want it to move in a very step-by-step fashion, in a timely manner, so that they can understand what's going on here. I love when a routine starts with a bath. I think it's a great way to set the stage. It's a perfect step one. Something very unique and different and special about a day is that bath. I have yet to meet a baby who doesn't love a bath. Don't worry if your child gets a little excited in the bath or wound up in the tub. That's normal. I've never ever met a child who relaxes in the bathtub. That's what adults do, not kids. So give them about 10 minutes. Don't let it drag on, or yes, we could get them too wound up, or we're pushing into overtiredness. So 10-minute bath, out you get. If you're getting any kind of pushback about getting out of the tub, my middle son hated to get out of the tub. Set a timer, a kitchen timer, egg timer, something like that, for 10 minutes and start saying, when the bell goes, we have to get out. And just follow through with that. Timer goes, out you get, whether he likes it or not. And as the days go on, they'll realize there's no point in kicking up a fuss here. When that bell rings, she gets me out. And they'll start agreeing with you and getting out of that tub. After the tub, we get jammies on, we brush teeth, we go into the bedroom for story time. I want to talk a little bit about a feed in this part of the routine. For this age group, there's no reason to be giving any kind of feed before bed. There isn't. If you wanted to hang on, let's say you're a breastfeeding mom and you want to keep that breastfeeding going for however long you've decided, then put it before the bath or put it after nap. Move it up in your day so that it's not associated with your bedtime experience. For a lot of you, that's the prop. I would say 80% of you here watching, the prop is the feed. We want to eliminate the feed so that we can break the connection between the feed and sleep. And biologically, there's no reason why a 13-month or all the way up to 24 months, there's no reason why they need any kind of calorie load right before bed. They should have had enough throughout their day that they are sufficient and can make it through the night. If you wanted to hang on, you don't believe me, okay, I get it. You want to hang on to some sort of liquid before bed, it should be in a sippy cup, no longer a bottle. Again, no reason for this age group to be having bottles before bed. I find that if a bottle lingers much past the first birthday, there's this weird connection that becomes between the bottle and milk. And then they won't drink milk in anything but the bottle. And that is most likely why you see 3, 4, even 5-year-olds still drinking milk from a bottle, because that's the only way they will. So this is a great place to transition into a sippy cup. And there might be a little pushback around that. She might kind of throw that sippy cup across the room because she wants that bottle, and that's okay. We're just going to keep going regardless. There can be a little bit of a milk strike for a few days as they're hoping this little protest will bring back the bottle. But when it doesn't, they usually come back around to having it with their bedtime stories. So as you're reading stories, they could be drinking from their sippy cup if you choose. Again, really no need to be doing that. After story time, we're going to bed. Couple of kisses, say goodnight, turn off the lights, and into the crib child goes. And this is usually where people get a little bit nervous, and that is because in your previous bedtime routine, you did something to get this child to go to sleep. So you most likely already have a pretty decent bedtime routine going. It's just one little flaw in it, and that is that you rock to sleep, you bottle feed to sleep, you breastfeed to sleep, or you pacifier to sleep. All of these things are the props that we're saying goodbye to. So none of that can happen in the routine anymore. If you are keeping a feed, if you're going to hang on to that breastfeed, you've really got to help your child learn that breastfeeding is not for sleep. It's for a whole bunch of other great stuff, but not sleep. So tickle your child, talk to her. You can even say with this age group, no sleeping yet. Keep them awake through the feed. That is very important, and I don't even want to see heavy blinking. I want your child to stay wide awake through the feed so that she can start to learn how to get herself from all the way awake to all the way asleep, all on her own. Independent skills emerging here, and we don't want to help her some of this way with the breast or the bottle. So awake, awake, awake. Your child needs to be and into that crib awake. And we will talk in the next video about what we do next.